Lix here. Today I'm excited to introduce you to a unique pioneer, distinct from the renowned innovators of the tech industry who created apps that propelled them to billionaire status. Meet Gareth Johnson on the right, a name that may not ring bells in the world of fame and fortune, yet he boasts a wealth of discoveries and experiences that far surpass mere monetary riches. He is the visionary behind Young Pioneer Tours, YPT, the premier adventure travel company, where he serves as CEO. But wait, there is more. He also holds the title of CEO at Let's Buy an Island, the first crowd-funded private island and nation in the world. At the tender age of 21, Gareth took the big leap from the UK to the Cayman Islands and began his adventure as a bartender before embarking on a teaching career in China. He came to the conclusion that teaching was not his true calling. He aspired to start his own business while exploring the enigmatic allure of neighboring North Korea. Ultimately, he merged the two ventures and broadened his business reach to numerous countries beyond North Korea, including some of the globe's most remote, exotic, and intellectually challenging locations like Iran, Iraq, Syria, Abkhazia, Transnistria, and Antarctica. It's no surprise that Gareth, the trailblazer, draws in a mostly youthful crowd, eager to embrace his adventurous ethos and explore destinations that your mother would rather keep you away from, as his company's catchy slogan suggests, all at affordable rates. Gareth has developed a compelling business concept that has established a vibrant, influential brand within the travel industry. I had the opportunity to delve deeper into his entrepreneurial philosophy and activities during a Zoom conversation while he was in China and I was in Vietnam. I asked him a few questions to get an insight into his extraordinary journey. Due to the unstable internet connection in Vietnam, I decided to include subtitles in the conversation. Clarity is key. Let's dive in. Gareth, your journey as an expat has taken you to diverse, predominantly Asian countries like China and Cambodia. Many Westerners frequently express their experiences of culture shock upon their arrival. Have you encountered this as well? If yes, how did you manage it? And what would you recommend Westerners who intend to settle somewhere in Asia?
So when I first went to China in 2006, I didn't speak a word of Chinese. I'd never picked up a pair of chopsticks in my life. And I think I went there sort of a little bit arrogantly, as many English speakers are, thinking some people would speak English. And it was an absolute culture shock. But the way I got around it was just to immerse myself and try and learn useful bits of language and just really trying to get involved with the culture. I mean, I knew other people who'd lived in China for 10, 11 years and could say less than 5 words, only hang out with Westerners. And I think that's a waste of your trip. So if I could give any advice, it would be prepare a little bit, but mostly it's all about when you arrive and just throwing yourself in, going for it and making the most of the experience.
Okay, so I mean also embracing the culture and perhaps trying to learn the language.
Yeah, the culture, the food, everything. Just go for it. Don't be too afraid. Don't just stick to the cliques of people from other Westerners and stuff like that. And just get involved and do it. You've moved abroad for a reason, so make the most of it.
Right. Because you have established yourself as a trailblazer in the travel industry, what advice would you give to aspiring pioneers and entrepreneurs looking to launch their startups?
So I kind of wanted to start a business probably 5 years before I started YPT. But in each occasion, I wanted somebody to help me. I wanted like an older person or somebody with money. I wanted an investor or something like that. And I did this without really having anything prepared. So I had kind of nothing to sell them. And it all just ended up being talk and not going anywhere. In the end, I had to get things started by doing it myself and going for it. At the end of the day, nobody's going to help you as much as you can help you. If this is your dream and your passion, you've got to put that through yourself. And you've got to be prepared for it not to be an instant success. I think my first wage at YPT was $150 a month or something ridiculous. It was very low. So you've either got to save money so that you're prepared for that, or get used to being poor at least when you first start. I also feel that you've got to be open to taking on partners and investors later on in the company. So I no longer own 100% of YPT, but as I often say, I'd rather own a percentage of something than 100% of nothing.
I love to hear some of your hilarious travel tales. Share your funniest moments with us.
There's so many to think of, but I think the one I'm going to go with, which like most of my stories begins with I'd had a few drinks or a few vodkas, happened in Transnistria. Now, for your viewers that don't know about Transnistria, it's a breakaway ex-Soviet republic that's sandwiched between Ukraine and Moldova. Moldova claim it, and let's just say it's not exactly a tourist hotspot. So 15 years ago, I bought the first group tour to the country, which I think was almost 20 people. And we'd taken a taxi for $10. This comes in useful later, the $10, to another part of the city. We were looking for a bar or a nightclub or something. And we stuck out like a sore thumb. We did not look Slavic. We did not look Russian. We had different colors. We were all dressed like crazy Westerners and the rest of it. And this was noticed by some local policemen. Now, this was back in the days when it was quite a corrupt place, and they were asking us for some papers that we didn't have. We didn't need them. We were there visa-free. And they got a little bit angry with us, and we said we were going to leave. And the next thing, the policeman had a gun to my head. Luckily, I had my vodka overcoat on at the time, so I wasn't too scared. My Russian-speaking friend then jumped in between and things got calmed down. And then eventually they said, you need to pay a fine of $20. So fine, bribe, however you want to word it. So we said, okay, that's fine. And they said, we're going to have to make sure you get back to your hostel. So we're like, okay, you're going to drive us back? And there were 4 of us. So had we gone back, and they let all 4 of us go in the back of the police car. Had we gone back by ourselves, we would have had to have gotten 2 taxis because there were 4 of us, and believe it or not, the taxis are quite strict there. And then I said to the policeman, but I wanted to stop at the shop and buy vodka and buy cigarettes. And he said, okay, we'll stop at the shop. So they put on the sirens, drove really fast to the shop. I got some vodka, got some cigarettes. And then they dropped us at our hotel. We exchanged phone numbers. And overall, bribe, fine. I call it the best value taxi ride I've ever had.
Last but not least, I'd love to hear more about the island and the country you oversee. Do you hold the position of president in the country?
Well, we, much like many European countries, we are a royal house. So we have a principality. And our prince is called Etienne. Our head of government is a female. Our first ever head of government was female, so we're doing better than, say, America, for example. Her name is Jodie Hill. I consider myself a kind of North Korea-esque head of state security, or something like that, head of the secret police. So I'm like the power behind the throne without holding too much official power.
Right. Is it possible for individuals to purchase shares in this island?
Yeah, so you can go check us out on letsbuyAnisland.com. There's not very many shares left, but we're going to be launching other projects. We own Let's Buy a Jungle, Let's Buy a Car, Let's Buy a Castle. Pretty much Let's Buy we probably own it. So definitely check us out, follow our social media, and I'm sure there'll be another fun project that comes along at some point.
Awesome. Gareth, thank you for sharing your fantastic and unique path as a real pioneer. And do remain in contact so that we may keep our audience informed on your future adventures and business initiatives.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
And hey, adventure is calling. Are you bold enough to take the leap? I'm happy to share the link to Gareth's travel company, which will open up new horizons for you below. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. I'd love to hear what you think. Leave your comments below. Don't forget to share the video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss out on the thrilling expat stories coming your way. See you in my next video.